Hello and welcome to the Chanel. Today we are reviewing Pharaoh, A New Era by Trixel. This is a remake of the original Pharaoh city builder from 1999. I never played the original, but I did play the Caesar games, which were very similar and made by the same original developers. Is this remake worth your time, or has it aged like milk? Firstly, the graphics do look a lot better than the original. The artwork is nice and has a good amount of detail. It does look a bit more cartoony than the original game, but I think has a relaxing charm to it. It's not super realistic looking, and it doesn't compare to other more detailed city builders such as Skylines or Frostpunk. The game does also run quite well with stable framerates. However, there does seem to be a game-breaking glitch with save files where they increase in size and make the game lag until it's unplayable. That is disappointing to see and needs sorting as soon as possible. In terms of gameplay, however, the game is fun, but does have a few flaws. It is a pretty deep city builder. The game is broken up into a campaign that takes you through the different eras of ancient Egypt. Each map has different recourses and objectives. Usually you have to reach a certain score in the city ratings. Your city has a prosperity, culture, monument, and kingdom rating, and you have to build things and do tasks to maintain and improve that rating. The game is completely isometric and on tiles. You place things on tiles, with some buildings have to go on specific areas, such as farms on farmland, mines by deposits. You place houses down and people move in. You then have to upgrade the houses and provide things to keep people happy. The citizens need healthcare, education, jobs, places to buy food, access to religion. They also need supplies of luxury goods such as jewelry, pottery, alcohol. Each building has a radius of what it can supply, and it's a balancing act to make sure every area of housing is effectively covering. One weird decision is some buildings such as entertainment can only be placed on crossroads or corners, forcing you to design layouts in certain ways to be effective, which is a little restrictive. The citizens also ask to make the areas look nice and be desirable. You also have to place police, fire stations, and architects' posts to ensure no fires or collapsed buildings. These guys can only travel 34 tiles, so it is important for them to be placed often and utilize the roadblock mechanic, which controls where they can and can't walk. You then have to design industries. You have to set up supply chains for food and goods, having workers, raw materials gatherers, factories, and also places to store the finished goods and raw materials. You have to position the supply chain close together to have maximum efficiency. You also have to put it by residential zones, as each job only has a limited range of recruitment. Citizens won't walk across the map for work, which adds to the balancing act. There is also trading with other cities, where you can open trade routes and export and import goods and materials to make money. Ideally, you want to only import raw materials and export finished goods to make money. However, some maps limit what you have available, and therefore you have to trade and ensure you have enough supply for your citizens. Also, sometimes the trading glitches and doesn't supply you with enough or weird prices. Trade routes can also be cut off if the other city is attacked by enemies, meaning you may lose access to import some goods until the conflict is over. Also, on top of this, the Pharaoh himself will ask for goods or money to send to him. Failing to do so will result in the kingdom's standing reduce. This element adds another strain on your goods management. Also leads to some frustrating maps. For example, the Pharaoh would keep asking for ebony. However, on my map there was only one place to import it from, and the citizens also needed it. Then that city got attacked and I couldn't import any more ebony, and my kingdom rating kept going down despite sending my army to help. Eventually, it went down that much I failed the mission. So in this game, it is easy to soft-lock yourself on missions. The last people to keep happy are the gods, or else they will mess with you by affecting harvests, destroying buildings and other things. You have to keep building temples and holding festivals. Also worth noting is the combat in the game. It's pretty awful and kind of pointless. You build a fort and make weapons and boats. When you are attacked, the battle pops up on a different screen and is based mostly on how many people are on each side. The battle is a simple animation and you have no control. I have no idea what happens if you lose one, as I won every single one, as they are very simple to beat. The combat is definitely the weakest part of the game. You also have to build monuments which take ages to build and loads of resources and people. But it is fun and immersive seeing a pyramid being slowly constructed. The soundtrack is also all immersive and accurate to the time period, although does get annoying from time to time. Ultimately, this game is a good-looking and mostly fun city builder. However, if you don't like micromanagement, stay away as you have to manage everything. It is old-school I'm design and doesn't hold your hand at all. Sometimes its design and mechanics are dated and a little bit weird and ultimately is not as good as modern city builders. However, for the price and with those expectations, it is a fun game and worth at least a try. Thank you for watching.